One of the things I think constantly comes up in conversations with people inside the company and people outside the company is, why are you so okay with the idea of a DAO? Like, why do you think that actually is going to work? Like, you don't know the future.
You know, I remember the day back in the day when blockchain was supposed to be about power to the people and leveling the playing field. Now, a few years after all these promises were made and broken, and we see where blockchain and crypto is really at, has the DAO fallen out of favor as a concept?
I think the DAO of itself has actually grown in favor.
Yeah, I think so too, especially in my mind.
Yeah, I mean, even inside the community, like we call 2019 the year of the DAOs. It pretty much became the year of the Moloch DAO.
All right, so let's back up a bit, though. You just mentioned that in talking with people here at SingularDTV and Breaker, you're getting resistance with regard to this entire singles DAO protocol moving forward. What are you talking about?
No, not the. I mean, the protocol exists already. It's the DAO system that I think people are weary of, right?
Well, yeah, most people are weary of things that, number one, don't exist, and number two, they don't understand.
Yeah, so Google never would have occurred if
none of this shit would have ever occurred
right.
if.
Same with Ethereum, right? Everyone doubted the idea of Ethereum from the get-go. Being able to put smart contracts into a decentralized protocol didn't make any sense to a lot of people. They said it would never happen. Well, it did happen.
Yeah.
And
Troy,
it works.
I got to be honest with you. What's contained in the white paper, I don't think is exactly where we are going or where we need to go, but it's going to lead us there. We need to iterate. Iteration for the sake of iteration. Research and development for the sake of research and development.
Inside of the protocol, not in the protocol, inside the white paper, what don't you think makes any sense?
No, I think it makes sense. But what I'm saying is,
it's just step one.
Yeah, it's just step one. And we don't even know what step 2 or 3 is, really, not yet. We got to do step 1 first. Yeah. That's the whole point.
100%.
Right?
Yeah, you have to turn it over to the decentralized model, allow for that tokenomic engine to occur, the economics inside of it, and then it builds from there. But I think a lot of people don't understand, they're like, well, why are you so sure that something like this can occur? Why do you think that people on the internet will organize to want something like this?
Well, I think the answer to that is we don't.
Well, I actually think the answer to that is we do.
All right.
And I'll tell you why.
Well, I'm going to take the other end of the spectrum here. We don't. So you want me to tell you why we don't?
Sure.
Because we don't know what the hell's going on with any of this. This is like nascent technology. We're making all of this up as we go.
But it's the philosophical idea of the original building blocks of why would people on the internet organize? All these systems allow for is for you to do it in a trustless manner. Where now you have to be on a system in which you trust, it's a centralized trusting mechanism, right?
Yeah.
Where you don't need that anymore. So we haven't seen the exponential growth happen yet, where it's just boom, this is occurring. But I think that there are systems and mechanisms out there that you can look at and you say okay, well, that's occurring like that. So it's kind of obvious that we're going to go there, right? It's we're going to end up there. How can we organize the internet, the netizens, as they're called, into this system, into these different systems? People say you don't know the future. And I say, I'm going to bend the future. The DAOs will bend the future to this reality, right?
Yeah.
It's already occurred.
Well, I can relate to that because it's about creating the narrative of the reality that you step into. Okay, that's what we at SingularDTV know quite well because we created a narrative that created a reality, and now we're here, funded, building, pioneering, innovating. The people who are going to doubt you, man, and hate on all this stuff that we're doing, they don't get it. They don't understand it, It's easy to be a critic. It's hard to be a builder. I don't really care, we're not speaking to those people anymore, man. We're just doing what we do. It's one of the reasons why you don't find me on Discourse or I'm not on social media or whatever, because I don't care to have a debate or an argument with someone who doesn't believe. I just want to work and build. So.
Yeah. I do take the challenge of converting them. I like that. Okay. I find fun in that because those guys will end up being, or people, not just guys, will end up being the true believers in the long run, because they might be so adamant on one end that if you flip them and you show them how it works and you show that it's working, it's good, then those guys, like, they might be adamant on one end, but that energy can be flipped. And I love when I flip that guy or that person, right? I love that moment. That moment, it drives me.
Yeah.
When I'm doubted, it's like, fuck you. I'm coming for everything.
All right. Well, I mean, good on you for taking that up. But yeah, I don't know. I've got nothing to prove, and I don't want to waste my time trying to do it. So, but
the burnout's real though. Like if you know, the burnout is real. It does hurt when, like, you're pushing and you're saying decent and you're not getting the return you want.
Well, Troy, you're living life with a double-edged sword, you know? I mean, that's a fiendish sort of mentality right there.
Well, yeah. I mean, it's my favorite way to live. Like, if you're not living on the edge, you're taking up too much space.
Well,
I'm up for the fight.
Well, it doesn't have to be a fight. I mean, as soon as you say it's going to be a fight, we create this construct in which it's a fight. I want to live a life of path of least resistance.
I don't think that's possible.
Well, you can strive for it. You strive to try to convert people into thinking the way you want them to think, or to understand what we're building, you know, has a future, or is productive, or is good, or is radically different, or something, right?
I'm actually a very big believer in, like, Taoism, not like Tao, but like actual Taoism, where you allow things to happen, the way of the water, right?
Yeah.
And I think in the long run you get to that point, right? You get to the point where it's like that. I'm not there yet though.
No, but I think that it's been an interesting journey with SingularDTV and Breaker so far, because we've had to bump up against so many things trying to stop us, from all the bottom liners and legal and compliance and regulators to just the basic things in life that slow you down, you know, well,
I think it's exciting if you look at, like, what's going on in China right now, where they're saying we want to take this and run with it, right? But it's a very autocratic society where you would think that some place like America would want to do it first. It's sad. I think it's sad.
If China has to actually prove that they can become a more efficient, powerful autocracy through blockchain technology before America gets up off their ass to try to do something with it as well, then
I think you should run with that. Can I hear more about that? I love this.
Well, it goes back to all the promises of blockchain years ago when I was inspired to get into this. You know, it was a movement, man. It was decentralization.
Hell yeah.
It wasn't just cryptocurrency and all about, you know, money or magical internet money. This is a movement for me, man. And I was super excited about the possibilities of it leveling the playing field, you know, deconstructing the entire hierarchical top-down pyramid command and control systems. But what I think we've seen, especially in the last few years, is that all these intermediaries and all these institutions, they can use blockchain to become a more efficient intermediary. They can become China can become a more efficient autocracy. So can Facebook. Wall Street can become a bigger, better, badder animal and create markets out of nothing. So this promise of the power to the people, leveling of the playing field, you know, we're working on that for content creators and artists, but anyone can use this as a tool. Blockchain isn't good or evil. It's a tool, right?
It's technology.
It's a technology.
If you were to look at, like, the things that Facebook are saying right now, does it seem to you that they're playing a dirty game where they're saying, they're almost saying, like, China's going to do it. If we don't do it, then we're screwed.
When it comes down to money and you talk billions and billions of dollars and you put politics in it, everyone's playing a dirty game. It's just fucking dirty all around. That's just inherently what happens when you put more zeros on the end of numbers. So that might be a little bit cynical. That's where I'm at right now with this machination of the cryptoverse and how we all fit into it, you know? Because I've been a little disappointed on how SingularDTV and Breaker has gone to become, a very pragmatic, very practical, rational institution or endeavor out of necessity, you know? We need to continue to innovate and to go along our mission to help, free content creators from the grips of gatekeepers and intermediaries. And in doing so, there's compromise, there's hybridization, there's all these sort of things that we've had to capitulate to just so we don't get shut down by the regulators, just so we can continue to innovate. But we're in the long game with SingularDTV and Breaker, and that's very, very apparent. What I'm happy about is that we get to now be mad scientists again, and we get to go off and mess with the SNGLS DAO and the Singles Media Distribution Protocol. So SinglesDAO.io. Go read the white paper there. Learn about the Singles tokenized ecosystem and the future of the Singles Media Distribution Protocol.
Yeah, and the community-owned P2P network. That's the key. Boom.
All right. Well, enough of us
Enough
talking.
of us, yeah.
Yeah. Let's do something else.
All right, sounds good.
Nice one.
All right, later.